What's up, everybody? Daddy can mention again for another video. Where today I'm going to be telling you guys why some of you guys may be experiencing a plateau in a lift. So for all these examples, I'm just going to use the bench press, since the bench press is an exercise that a lot of us understand. Out of the big three compound exercises, 3.5 if you include the overhead press, the bench press is the one that most people seem to understand because the squat, some people don't do legs, some people think squatting is hard, and deadlifts, forget about it, a lot of people don't like the deadlift. So this bench press is an easy example because that's the one where a lot of us will experience a plateau. So there are 4 possible reasons why you are experiencing a plateau. Reason 1 could be your technique. Now, a plateau basically is when you are lifting and you're experiencing a halt in your gains or your strength. So like you're continuously at the same weight. So let's use 225 for an example. When you're a noob, like about a year, maybe a year and a half ago, when you first started lifting, you were gaining like crazy. You went from 135 to 185. Now you're maybe around a 225. This is kind of a large exaggeration, but let's just say this is what's happening. And at 225, you stopped. Your gains are stopping. So the first reason why they could be stopping is your technique or your form. So when people are benching, as some people know, as a lot of people should know, if you're benching correctly, your arms should be at around a 45-degree angle, right about here. Maybe a little bit wider if you have longer arms. I have long arms, but I still do around a 45-degree angle. So your arms should be at a 45-degree angle like this. But you don't just pick it up and continuously drop it. You're making sure your scapula is contracted. Your scapula is basically the shoulder blade. Are you rolling it back? So I'm going to show you as an example. This is what you're not supposed to be doing when your scapula is not contracted. This is what you're supposed to do when you retract the scapula. Take those shoulder blades, pull it back, make sure it's tight. Now, see the difference? Uncontracted, retracted. Unretracted, still 45-degree angle, retracted. Make sure that back is tight. If you're retracting your scapula, maybe it could be you're not using proper leg drive. So when people bench press, yes, it is a chest movement, but you still do use your legs. That's why your legs are on the floor in the first place, as leg drive. So if it's not your form, let's move on to number 2. The reason why it's not working is you may have a weakness, a muscle weakness somewhere. So again, the bench press, we think of it mostly as a chest exercise, or maybe even an arm exercise, mainly the triceps, but there are other muscles that are being recruited in this exercise, mainly the shoulders. So a lot of people don't really consider the shoulders as being activated when doing the bench press. And so your shoulders actually could be holding you back and was causing this plateau. So what you probably should be doing is increasing your shoulder load. I recommend doing overhead pressing, and I have a video of me doing overhead pressing. A lot of people actually will start off before they bench press with an overhead press because you're also using your upper chest. So you're getting some of that chest recruitment, you are getting your shoulders warm, and you're putting more blood through your muscles, and then you're actually getting your body ready to do the exercise. So some people will actually overhead press before the bench press, but I definitely recommend, if you have a plateau, especially with the bench press, it could be your shoulders that's pulling you back. So increase total volume with different body parts, depending on if it's the quads for the squat or the glutes for the squat or something else. It could be your abs when you're doing squatting or deadlifting or even bench press. So there's a whole bunch of muscles to consider you in a plateau. So the first reason could be your form. The second reason could be a weakness somewhere. The third reason is mental. So mentally, like you see this weight and it's staying the same and you don't know why, and so you're just being defeated. You feel like you're at a plateau. Now, it actually could just be mental. You may not be progressive overloading the way you're supposed to. Now, 225, that is a lot of weight. And when you finish getting your noob gains, then eventually it's like the gains, the progress is going to slow down tremendously to the point where it seems like you're standing still, but you're actually not. So what I recommend is, even though you may seem kind of silly, take 2.5 plates, which would equal 5 pounds, and put them on the end. Instead of it being 225, now it's 230. 5 pounds doesn't seem like a lot, but when you're putting it up and it's feeling the exact same, like let's say you're doing 3 sets of 5, you're still doing a 3 sets of 5 for the 230, But in your mind now, you're seeing that the weight is being added on and it still feels the same exact way. So after that week, after 2 weeks of that, take off those 2.5 pounds, put on 5 pounds. Now it's 235. That's 10 pounds. You may feel a little bit of a difference, but in your mind, you're seeing the weight increase gradually, mentally. It's kind of like basketball. When a shooter gets in kind of a funk, they keep missing shots, and once they see that one shot go in, it changes their entire mental. Now they start making shots, now they start getting heated up, and now they're on fire. Same kind of concept with lifting. Put the weight on, you see it being added on, you're seeing you're putting yourself on, and so mentally it could just be you having experienced this plateau and not your actual body. Now, the fourth and final reason why you may be experiencing a plateau simply may just be because you are at a plateau. I mean, it's fine because you can't be gaining all the time. If that was the case, we would all be benching 450 pounds, squatting like 800 pounds, deadlifting almost 1,000 pounds, if we never saw any kind of like halt. And that's okay. Some people, like, it's okay to have a plateau. You just have to keep grinding at it, keep putting in and pounding in that pavement. Eventually, 2, 3, 4 months later, you'll get past that. So sometimes it is just a plateau, but you got to consider the other 3 things. Is your form or technique down? That's number 1. Number 2, is there a weakness somewhere? So my shoulders, does that hold me back? Is my core holding me back? Is my back holding me back? These things can also be explored. Also, is it mentally? Are you just not progressively overloading like you should? So, and if it's not of those 3, then you're actually at a plateau and you're just going to have to grind through it. So that's all I had to say for this video. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Also, hit that notification bell at the bottom of this video to get notified whenever I upload. I'm Don Dottie. Peace.